All right, guys. So, going to be doing some Patreon requests finally, and the first one we're going to do is from Alistair Bondman, who asked me to do a video kind of celebrating X-23 as a character, since it is like I think her 25th anniversary of the character. So yeah, we're going to be talking about Laura Kinney, aka X-23, aka Wolverine, and just as a celebration of the character. So it's funny that I never realized how old the character is, because remember, Laura didn't show up in the comics. She was exclusively from X-Men Evolution. That was her first appearance, and she didn't show up until the new X-Men, becoming canon there, because she left such a massive impression on everyone as from that episode. And even I didn't, fun fact, I didn't even realize she wasn't from the comics. I didn't realize she was from exclusively X-Men Evolution. I really thought that she was from the comics already, and then they're like, nope, she's here. It's kind of like, I find it funny that we don't get a lot of that from Marvel. DC does it way more. Marvel and DC do this of bringing in characters that were exclusively from cartoons and movies and making them comics, but DC does it a lot more. Marvel's recently done that with Steve Orlando bringing in Darcy into Scarlet Witch. There was also, of course, Firestar years ago. And by years, I mean decades ago. Yeah, for those who don't remember, Firestar was from Spider-Man and Amazing Friends. She was basically a show exclusive character until they brought her over. So, yeah. But DC does it way more, of course, with Harley Quinn, Renee Montoya, Lockup, and they are more open to using show exclusive characters and making them part of the universe in one capacity or another. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I got a headache. I basically really have loved Laura as a character because she's the only, she's the first of the Wolverine family. And I know someone's going to say, oh, but actually, Doc canonically was already born, and so were Wolverine's other, illegitimate children. No. I'm talking, creation of character. She was the start of the Wolverine family. That was kind of her whole thing, was that she was the major start of Wolverine having his own family. And it took a long time for Logan to even call Laura his daughter. And even now, it's especially fun now because, the Wolverine family is just, Laura even refers to Logan as as her father. And also Logan has low-key said multiple times, Laura's my favorite. Sorry, Akihiro, but it's Laura. Laura's my favorite. Laura's the favorite. And yeah, you can see why. At first, she was a very melancholy character. We're not going to talk about the original NYX line by Joe Quesada, because that was all kinds of fucked. But as she grew from a character from the original creators of the show, Craig Kyle and Chris Yost, Kyle and Yost, who were the heads of the X-Men Evolution show, they brought her over into canon and new X-Men. She was still the emo kid, and it was eventually she became more and more of a character, and it was really cool to see her evolution. Although I will say, sometimes she got thrown out of the loop, but now she's basically become a mainstay X-Man. She's now one of those X-Men who are we want her on the team. And Laura has grown as a character. There's been some massive character evolution with her. She's basically been, changed from, the emo female Wolverine to, with justifiable trauma, because her past life was so fucked. Now, she is, willing to help others. She doesn't see herself as a clone or a weapon. And she also has Gabby, her clone, who she views as a sister, which is very adorable. I know Tom Taylor's all-new Wolverine is kind of seen as a kind of middle-of-the-road book, but honestly, a lot of the all-new, all-different Marvel era really didn't. It really felt like they didn't have a roadmap other than make everything different and we'll make it stick because that's what we are with Ike Perlmutter's Marvel. So I have to be honest, it was really cool to see that era of it was cool to see Laura after Logan had died to like take on that new persona and even like keep the Wolverine title post that era. Now she's just calling herself Wolverine in her comics, which I heard are really this new era of these new X-23. Why do I keep trying to say X-23? The Laura Kinney Wolverine books are actually apparently really good. So I'm curious to read that in trade. Anyway, but yeah. So what's the future for Laura look like? I think it's pretty bright. Laura has really kind of stepped into her own spotlight. She again was the start of the Wolverine family, and I really hope we get like a if I could pick a writer for her, I would love to see, but it's not going to happen because Kelly Thompson. She's been my pick for writing a Laura Kinney comic, but the problem is that Marvel basically burned her so bad. She's over at DC doing Birds of Prey and Absolute Wonder Woman, which have apparently been both kick-ass. I read the first volume of her Birds of Prey and I really loved it. And I've heard nothing but good things about Absolute Wonder Woman. So Kelly Thompson was definitely my first and foremost pick for a X-23 book. But in-house, I'd probably say Sophie Campbell. She's been really good at it. Or Erica Schultz. She'd be fun. Or I would also say maybe I wonder what I'd like to see Steve Orlando have a crack at her. That'd be fun. So yeah, there you go. That's just kind of a tribute to this character. And yeah, so this Patreon request, like I said, came from Alistair Boneman. And if you would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon, hit the 3rd tier. That'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.